What's up guys, Tech Notice here, and as some of you guys have requested, I'm going to be comparing iOS 7 versus the latest iOS 10. So on the left side we have the iPhone 5 running iOS 7.1.1, and on the right side we have the iPhone 5C running iOS 10.3.3. So under the hood of these two devices, they are practically the same. They are running a dual-core A5 processor. Now we're just going to head inside settings to verify everything. Now hitting settings, scrolling down, we have 7.1.1 and 10.3.3 as I've mentioned earlier. Now we're just going to be opening a couple apps, and I'm going to see what the key differences of these two OSs are. Now to begin, we're going to be clearing off all the apps in the app drawer. And while we're doing this, we're going to be comparing battery percentage as well. So as you guys can see up top right there, they are at different percentages. So what we're going to be doing is heading into settings, going into general for the iPhone 5, usage, and we're going to enable battery percentage. Now with the iPhone 5C, we're going to head into battery, and battery percentage is right here. So we have 96% on this side and 76% on the right side. So this is a very comparable number since we're just off by 20%, and we're just going to do the same apps and everything we're doing for both devices and see what they come out with at the end of the video. Now we're just going to open a couple apps right here. First of all, we're going to go for messages. So I gotta say this one goes to the iPhone 5. So I'm just going to be brutally honest as possible. Whatever opens first, I'm just going to say it opens first. So settings or calendar also goes to the iPhone 5. Camera. This one goes to the 5C. Phone. So I really like how Apple has prioritized the phone app and messaging app. With all the new OSs, I feel like the most important features of the phone has not been prioritized and is not put into the background. So as you guys can see, if I close down the phone app and I punch them at the same time, you're gonna see this one is already in the background. Now we're gonna move over to apps. So as you guys can see, this one is running the beta version, the developer's beta version of 10.3.3. So I'm having a really big issue loading up any apps or downloading any apps, and every time I do, I get this message right here. The reason I can't be comparing any third-party apps with this device. I've been trying it for the last 30 minutes, heading into App Store, trying different Apple IDs, and nothing is working. So there you guys have it for this test. That's a fail. Now we're gonna go for web browser test. That one we can do. Now we're gonna go into settings, and I'm gonna show you guys some of the few differences. So if you guys go into wallpaper, it seems Apple is reducing the amount of still pictures and dynamic pictures that comes with the iOS. So with iOS 7, you're gonna be getting quite a bit of nice profile or background images. I gotta say roughly about 15 to 20, and with the iPhone 5C running iOS 10, you're probably just getting about 10. So the Siri is quite hidden inside general of iOS 7, but here it is. And as you guys can see, this one has raised to speak. So if you guys can't remember, iOS 7, iOS 8 had raised to speak. Every time you picked up your phone and put it up to your ear, Siri would activate and you can start talking to it. Whereas iOS 9, 10, and above, that feature has been removed, and now you have Hello Siri. Now we're gonna try Siri over. Let's see how well it does. What time is it? What's the weather like in Los Angeles? kind of funny. Both of them have different temperature. Read me a poem. So with either iOS 7 all the way up to iOS 10, it doesn't matter, just because Siri is on Apple's server and everything is exactly the same as each other. So there's no point of upgrading from iOS 7 to iOS 10 or iOS 11. Whatever Siri comes on your device is going to be the exact same things. Now we are going to do a quick boot down test and boot up test. Seems like both devices are off. Now we're going to hold it in 3, 2, 1. So you know what? It seems like the iPhone 5C was not completely off. Took a longer time to boot down and it's having some trouble booting up right now. There, we're finally up. So with this little delay on the iPhone 5C, it's due to it booting down, taking a longer time to boot down, and the iPhone 5C just booted up right there, super quick. Now we're just gonna wait for the iPhone 5C. And yeah, if you guys were in some serious trouble, emergency case, I would definitely take the iPhone 5 with me running iOS 7 over this one. And oddly enough, this one just skipped the lock screen. Okay, well there you go. And here we are. Now we're back taking a look at the battery percentage. So as you can see, 74% on the iPhone 5C and 95% on the iPhone 5, so not so much of a difference. With either OS, you're gonna have a great experience. It does feel a lot smoother on the iPhone 5C versus the iPhone 5. The iPhone 5 versus the iPhone 5C running iOS 10. But then again, you're gonna be missing quite a bit of features using iOS 7 over iOS 10. So there's no the best of both worlds at the moment for these two devices. And with iOS 11 coming out very soon, the beta version should be coming out in the next day or two. These two devices will not be getting iOS 11, sadly. So this is probably it for these two. Yeah, and that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys liked the video, and if you do, remember to hit subscribe, like, and peace out, guys.